All right, here we are.
Welcome back.
Week 1 in the books. We're actually going to be able to crack it on camera. No technical difficulties this week. Knock on wood. Although I am going to go. I got new glass this week. Oh, you can't see. Stone special. I think you might be able to see it once the beer's in there.
Yeah, I'm still working on the V Coast. 2 weeks in a row. It's a record.
I know. We've never done 2 weeks in a row. Look at us. Commitment.
Starting the season strong.
Cheers to that. All right, so 1 week in the books. The first week of the season. So we went over a couple of rules. We got to make a rule graphic. We don't come up with that.
Just have a little pop up right there.
Yeah. But we placed our buddy Blake went to Vegas last weekend, but he got there late, so we missed the futures bet that we wanted to put on Haaland for top goal scorer on the year. And obviously, he went out and scored 2 goals.
Of course.
So that was a bummer. And then we lost our parlay pretty horribly. But it was the first week of the season, so nowhere to go but up.
Yeah. Only $50 down. We got a long road ahead of us to make that up.
Yeah. We'll make it up.
Oh, yeah.
So, did you get a chance to watch any of the games, or you just check the highlights?
No, I watched. No, I didn't watch any of them full, but I did watch all the highlights of each game.
Yeah.
I think the first half of them, I may have been slightly inebriated as I watched them, so memory's a bit foggy.
Oh, yeah, you were in Mammoth, huh?
Yeah. But, it may have been 3:30 in the morning.
Well,
but yeah, no, it was exciting games. It was.
What? Did you have any big takeaways or?
I mean, I'm trying just thinking what sticks out. I mean, looking at the first batch of games, I think Man U should be concerned if they don't.
You think?
Go ahead and add any more players. It's just top to bottom. It didn't feel right looking at that game.
It was
didn't look. Yeah, dysfunctional, uncoordinated. So I think they have a lot more work to do in the transfer window if possible, and if not, in January once again. I think Tottenham looked really strong, which we expected. I think we both had them in our top 3, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they held firm. Obviously, the big surprise with Liverpool dropping points to Fulham on the road. If there was ever a game where that were to happen,
first game
that could be the game. First game of the season on the road. I think the Leeds-Wolves game was really exciting. That's the one that probably sticks out most in my mind as being the most exciting. So, overall, it's good batch of games across the board. Leicester-Brentford was exciting as well, 2-2 tie.
Yeah, Leicester fucked that one up.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have had that game won, and they let it out. They let it go.
Let them sneak back in at the end. And then, of course, Bournemouth with the upset of Aston Villa. Just dagger in our hearts.
Okay, the leading scorer for the team last year, Ollie Watkins, didn't start.
And the defender that started almost every single game, Tyrone Mings.
Yeah, what is Stevie G doing? What was the thought on that? Do you think? I was thinking, okay, maybe he's it's the beginning of the season. Maybe he's coming in with some injury. They want to play it cautiously. But then he put Watkins in at the end of the game. I was like, what? I don't understand. Really dumb.
I didn't get it.
I'm a little salty also because they fucked up our parlay.
Exactly.
They were our long shot parlay.
Stab in the heart there from them. That was the one team. We always go for one of those teams.
Yeah. You got to get the odds up a little bit.
The other thing I noticed, I didn't know coming into the season, but that game in particular, I noticed that there was 4 substitutions and not 3. So I think they changed the rules this year for Premier League. You can probably do the 5 subs now.
Yeah,
I think. So I'm curious to see how that plays out.
But I feel like that's only going to help the bigger, better clubs because they can just bring in fresh talent that's probably better than most of the starters on the other team.
That's a good point.
It makes the strong stronger.
That goes on. Yeah, looking at I mean, it just depends on the team. You can look at a team like Leicester. They subbed on one guy. That was it.
Yeah.
So, and then, a team like Brentford's used all 5 subs. So I think it'll depend on coach, but
Yeah.
coach by coach. But I'm interested to see how that has an impact this year.
I wanna touch on Manchester United again because I feel like that was the biggest flop. They were at home opening day against Brighton and they lost. Like
Yep.
it wasn't even close. I mean, okay. There were just so many bad and the new Argentinian defender that they had.
Oh my God, that's exactly what was going to stick out in my mind.
That poor guy. Like I'm not gonna beat him up too bad because it was his first game. He probably was pressing, but he made some horrid mistakes.
I mean, the thing that stuck out to me, and shout out all diminutive guys, but he does not look like he has the size to play center back in the Premier League. He just is not tall enough.
Yeah,
he might have the skill on the ball, but that's just immediately what stuck out to me.
People always talk about the speed of the game in the Premier League, and people coming over from other leagues, it takes some time to adjust. So I don't want to bury him after one game, but it was a bad game.
Yeah.
And what didn't help him is he has a statue next to him that does jack shit as far as defending. God, Harry Maguire is the fake elite talent. Like, he's not good. He's captain of the fucking team. It's like, oh my God, dude. He didn't help at all. Like, he's such a slow... He's always in a bad position. He never closes correctly. I feel like he just backs up and gets beat.
Yeah.
I feel like he's terrible. He's fake good.
It's easily, to me, I mean, I think they look... It's one of those games where it easily could have just been 1-1. Like, I think there's a little bit of fortune in at least one of Brighton's goals, right? But in terms of, cohesion of the team to, be a threat and, be scary or intimidating, did not feel it at all for Man U. It easily could have ended up being a tie, I think, instead of a loss. But regardless, they just did not look like
but it's Man U at home against Brighton. It shouldn't be a tie.
I know, exactly.
It should be a dominating win.
It should be a 3-0 win.
Yeah, they have the talent for it, but they still are rolling out Fred and McTominay in the midfield with Maguire, who I already shared my feelings on. Some people think he's good. I think he's trash. Their new guy, Martinez, who had a terrible game. Dallo can't defend. And then Shaw is solid, but he's no world beater. Like, that back six is not good. Their front is potentially dangerous, but they're just not a solid team start to finish. And it's
I know, and I felt like they kind of went with we'll put Rashford up top approach this time, and Rashford just, I don't know. I feel like in years past he's always strikes me as that guy that's he's almost there, he's almost got it. He's got all the tools. He's knocking on the door, and he didn't have it. And once again, it's just reinforcement over and over. He's he should be so much better.
Yeah.
And he's not.
I like him better on the outside than at the number 9 spot.
Yeah.
But you got Sancho playing on that side.
Exactly.
It's tough. I think they need help in the midfield. Offensively, I think they have enough firepower. They need help in the midfield, and they need help on defense.
Yeah, they're really. I mean, now obviously the rumors are really pushing hard to get in De Jong there if they can.
Yeah. But, if you look at the transfer rumors, it's all Manchester United. Are they in talks with Rabiot? Are they that was because they're just desperate. Are they going to
pay De Jong his contract?
Do you think they get anybody? I feel like they're going to flop.
I feel like they're going to flop on some of these big names, and then they're going to get some middling guy and just be talking it up.
It'll be Van de Beek all over again.
Yeah. They're oh, man.
Oh, my gosh. Manchester United fans, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, but exciting week. So, I'm amped for week 2.
Man City looks scary as fuck, as usual. The Haaland aspect of their offense is so scary.
Yeah.
He gets so many good opportunities, and he's just so fast. He's unstoppable.
Yeah, he's powerful, he's big, he's fast, he's just everything. It's just I struggle to I can't really find a comparison to him because every player I like go to be like, oh, he reminds me of this guy. There's always something else that he does that player didn't have.
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, he reminds me of Ronaldo, but he's big, like fat Ronaldo, but he's bigger. he reminds me of Lewandowski, but he's faster. You know, like I keep trying to like compare him to people. I'm like, I really can't think of somebody that he isn't better than in some way of his game, besides maybe finishing with his weak foot. But
Yeah,
that's probably it.
I feel like he's Zlatan with speed.
Exactly. Yeah, Zlatan, whoever you want to compare him to, it's like
Yeah.
you're like, oh yeah, it's a good comparison, and then you're like, wait, no, but he's even better.
Yeah, he's
in,
a
like,
combination of a lot of people. But
Yeah.
I love his strength and speed, and you combine that with like his finishing ability. It's incredible. It's so fun to watch. It's so
Yeah.
fun to watch, and he'll be on my fantasy team.
I
all year
really
long.
wish that bet had got in. Yeah.
All right, what's next on the docket?
All right, so so we kind of went through our biggest takeaways from the week, the winners and losers. Obviously, all these opinions are subject to change immediately after week 2, but just
No,
some other.
Harry Maguire's gonna still suck after week 2.
Man, you're still gonna need help.
He is garbage.
So just some other transfer updates I'll run through, and you can raise your hand to stop on any of these along the way. Shout out to Damsgaard on the transfer move to Brentford. If you're not sure who Damsgaard is, he was the one that filled in for Eriksson in the Euros when he went down with his injury. The young guy that came in to fill his shoes. Thought he played really well. And,
After Eriksson died on the field.
Exactly. But making it to his old team now.
Yeah,
from
I
last
forgot
year.
to mention.
He's kind of filling his shoes again, so I thought that was an interesting move. Shout out Chowdhury on Leicester, who was one of my fill-in fantasy team members. Just got moved to Watford for the season, so gonna have to make a trade there on my fantasy team. Timo Werner. So since we last talked, he officially moved to Leipzig from Chelsea.
Yeah. Talk about a fail. Oh my goodness.
And talk about one of many of the same player that, I mean, this is needed to happen.
I don't feel too bad for him because he made a shitload of money, but he's got to be feeling low at this point. Like he had zero success.
Well, that's the hard part. That's really hard though, because I forget the numbers, but there was some point last season when they said how many goals he had scored for the team, and I was like, really? Like,
yeah, he did score some goals, but he had so many opportunities.
Yeah, he scored like enough goals to like be okay, but it was the quietest, an attacking player can be in terms of the opportunities missed. All the times you think he should score and he doesn't.
The louder moments were the misses.
Exactly.
And Christian Pulisic, drink.
Cheers.
If you gave him every single opportunity that Werner got, I guarantee you, he doubles that goal tally.
Dude, I think you're probably completely right there.
And you know who's next on that German train out of town soon is Havertz, because I also think he's fake elite.
Yeah, I mean, and he's not playing the position he should be playing, so.
I don't understand that coach and like what he's doing.
Yeah,
but
so some other moves. So shout out to your hometown team, the Wolverhampton Wolves. We got I don't know if you know this guy, but Guedes on Portugal. They just signed him from Valencia. So he's a striker. He plays on the Portuguese national team.
I got to see his face, but yeah. Go ahead.
So shout out him. He's played with the likes of Moutinho and some of these other Portuguese guys.
That's like the Wolves special.
And then Captain Cody on I believe it's a loan move to Everton for the season.
Yeah, that was interesting to me. Why would Wolves do that?
I don't know. I don't know how much money it was for. I'm not sure if it's it's Cody being like, hey, give me an opportunity somewhere else, or if it's them like, hey, he's unhappy, let's squeeze some money out of it. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it seems weird. He seemed to be the heart and soul of the team, and
Yeah, I thought that was weird too, and it kind of worries me a little bit, but I'm not in the locker room, so I can't know for sure.
yeah. And then so yeah, I think it was the day after we last potted. But Cucurella officially moved to Chelsea from Brighton for. I think actually though that happened the day of when we met.
Okay.
But he moved for some astronomical value. I don't know what was it, like $50 million or something. That they sold
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. And then the last Premier League move I got here. Did you know Christian Benteke made the move to the MLS to DC United for Crystal Palace?
Oh man, that makes sense. To be honest, he could have made that move like 4 years ago.
Yeah, he could have. He like carried the presence of somebody that should be there, but not the performance.
Yeah.
And then just a couple other quick moves from around Europe. So we had Alexis Sanchez move to Marseille from Inter. I think that's an interesting move. I think that's good for him. Dries Mertens moved to Galatasaray from Napoli.
I saw that actually.
For many years. Renato Sanchez moved to PSG from Lille. I think it's a good pickup there. And then lastly, Aaron Ramsey with the move to Nice from Juventus.
Yeah,
so quite a bit of movement still going on over the last week, and probably a little bit more to come. So
I saw that Fulham is in talks, or it's all rumor, but they're looking at trying to pull in Willian back to the Premier League.
Oh,
I wonder if he's still got juice left, but I love Willian, dude. I love his game.
Yeah. That'll be awesome.
So that would be cool.
Figure out a way to do that.
We'll see if that actually happens. Who
have
knows?
to spend some cash on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess just the biggest news though out of that is Chelsea still doesn't have a striker. So
they loaned him away because they're stupid. They had a striker.
All right. Do you want to move to trivia?
Yeah, let's do it. You want to go first or second?
Let me hit you with one first. I actually have two, so I'll do one first and then come back.
And then close it? Okay, cool.
Let me get this open here. All right, so my first question revolves around the fastest player. So both of these have kind of the same theme. So they're about players reaching milestones and goals. And both of these are not just Premier League; it's all the top 5 leagues. So we'll just focus on the first one right here. But so top 5. So we're talking Ligue 1, Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga, and Premier League. Right. Mm-hmm. So France, Germany, Spain, England, Italy. So the top 10 list for the fastest players to reach 50 goals in any one of those leagues. Right. So the fewest number of appearances.
Oh, so it's fewest number of appearances, not age.
Not youngest. Fewest, like the fewest amount of games it took to reach 50 goals within one of those leagues, right?
Okay.
So within the Premier, not combined, but within one league or the other, but combined between those leagues, essentially. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the top 10 are still playing. Sorry, this is I forgot to add a caveat. This is since 2000.
Okay.
So they could have been from 2000.
Well, thanks for narrowing it down a little bit. So it's like all of Europe since 2000. Okay. All right.
But obviously, players to reach 50 goals, you know, they're going to be
fastest to reach 50.
So you know that they're probably going to have been really young, right?
No, you said age didn't matter. You said age didn't matter. It was just
it doesn't matter. But I'm just telling you, it probably means they were pretty young.
Oh,
it means they were
early. Yeah,
they were really fucking good.
Yeah, so I have a few guesses. So do I have to get the 6 active ones?
Yeah, I want you to see if you can get the 6 active, and of the ones that you get, then I'll ask you to guess who you think was the fastest of them all.
Okay. Messi.
No.
No. Cristiano?
Yes.
Okay, there's one. Lewandowski?
Nope.
Um, Rooney? Nah, because he had that Everton run.
Nope. So
Six are still active. Hang
Six
on,
are
hang on.
still active, not necessarily like on the team they did it on. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
obviously, yeah,
But
yeah.
active in those
Still playing.
those top
Yeah,
five
yeah.
leagues. I'll tell you one,
Is it
two,
Sergio Aguero?
no, two, three of them are in the Premier League, playing like this season.
Harry Kane.
No.
Fuck.
Yeah,
This is hard.
It's just one.
It. Don't tell me it's Sterling.
No.
Thank God. Of course
Nah,
not.
it's a big name list, and keep in mind it's since 2000, so there's going to be a few names on here that are in that era.
I know. I was trying to think of the active players first, though. Damn, I've
Yeah.
only gotten one so far. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish my beer, and then I'll think in the meantime.
Okay. So I'll tell you the list of guys that are retired, and you can keep thinking about the active.
Yeah, hit me with the retired guys.
So tied 10th, so essentially 9th or 10th, Fernando Torres on Liverpool.
For sure.
Tied 8th, Shevchenko.
Oh,
AC
my
Milan.
boy. Love me some Andrei Shevchenko.
Tied with Van Nistelrooy.
Oh, yeah.
So those are, what is that? That's the, so that's, so three, those are the three guys that are retired. There's another guy on the list that isn't necessarily like playing right now. He probably could still play, but I'm unclear what he's doing. So I don't want to say he's like active in the leagues, but
I'm surprised Lewandowski wasn't on
I guess, well, no, I just looked it up. Technically, he's still playing.
there. Mbappe?
Nope.
What the fuck? Come on.
So
No Mbappe?
where is it?
What about the ear biter?
Got it.
He's on there? Okay, good. We got
Yep.
one.
Tied 5th. Yeah, so just to give you,
So that's two
just
for
to-
me. Fuck, I still need four more.
So just to keep on Mbappe for a second. So he reached his 50th goal in the French league at only age 20. So he was probably one of the, if not the youngest to do it.
Yeah.
But it took him 88 games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
So-
almost better if you're just like a little bit older, a little more.
And then you
Close to your
start playing.
prime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody that comes like from, you know, a smaller league and they've already been
Came from like
Developed.
Ajax. I don't know.
all right, I'm start going down the list then. So
Yeah, I throw in the towel.
so tied 10th with Fernando Torres is Mohamed Salah.
Oh wow.
He would have been higher, but he played for Chelsea and scored 2 goals, then left, right, to go play for
Oh, okay. So that
where was
still
it?
counts. Oh, okay, I see.
but then came back to score all
Yeah,
his
I didn't
goals in
even
Liverpool.
consider him.
So technically it was 72 games to score 50 goals
Gotcha.
for Salah. Moving down, so we went through Torres, Shevchenko, Van Nistelrooy. At number 6 is what you had said, Cristiano Ronaldo.
What about Benzema?
Nope.
No.
That tied 5th is Zlatan on PSG and Suarez, as you had said. Number 3 is Neymar, but it's Neymar after he moved to PSG, right? So obviously
Yeah,
he came to
that's true.
Barcelona, But when he went to League One, he scored 50 goals in 58 games to start the French league. So that set him at the third all time. Oh, okay. So sorry. I just realized Cristiano Ronaldo's on here twice because he did it once for Juventus, and then number 2 was for Real Madrid.
There we
So
go.
it's only 9 players. So number 1, active player in the Premier League, young. They didn't necessarily do it in the Premier League, but they're in the Premier League right now.
Haaland?
Haaland. The fastest ever, 50 goals in 50 games in the
Wow.
Bundesliga.
Dortmund. What a savage.
Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely pump Haaland on this
I know.
on this show. Okay.
That
That was a tough one. Yeah, I had to finish my beer for that one because I needed help. All right. I stumbled across this because I was just curious myself, thinking about the World Cup.
Uh-huh.
Because remember when we were talking about the World Cup previously, we were looking at the odds on who could win, and we were like, oh man, this is a good bet. I think they could win. Like, this is a good bet. So I looked up the longest odds to win a World Cup. So the winner of the World Cup, who had the longest odds? Now,
how far back we've gone.
what I found was since 1986, because before that you just can't find good information about the betting odds, and it was
1986.
So, 1986. Who do you think World Cup winner had the longest odds? And then you're never going to guess the odds, so I'll just tell you them. It was a plus 1,000 to win.
Wow. 10-1.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Call-ins in 10 minutes. We got to go fast.
All right.
Oh, fuck. 10 plus 10,000.
Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Jesus Christ. It's not going to be those. It's not going to be that. Damn, I struggle to remember before 98.
I don't think you don't need to go before 98. It's after
Okay.
98. I'll give you that hint. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think you're going to get it because I was surprised. I was surprised that they were 10-1.
Is it Brazil 02?
No. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Italy 06.
6, really? They were 10-1.
Yeah, so I was like, wait a minute.
That
that
team.
team was stacked. Like, how are they? Who was above them? So ahead of them were
Germany.
Brazil was number 1 as far as odds go. Brazil, Argentina, Germany, England, Netherlands, then Italy. But that Italian
Jeez.
team was loaded.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, so
We would have put some money down then.
but it surprised me that 10-1 was the longest odds to win the World Cup. So if we go back and look at the odds for this World Cup, we're looking at, so that means that only 6 teams have a chance of winning the World Cup.
Are really in play.
According to this. The 6 teams are, in order, Brazil, France, England, Argentina, Spain, and Germany.
Not a bad list.
Not a bad list. That's the top 6.
Yeah.
But it's surprising to me in a single elimination tournament that there aren't longer shots winning.
Yeah,
Because
true.
after Germany, they're plus 900, you get Belgium, Netherlands, Portugal, and then there's a big drop off to Denmark. But Belgium, Netherlands, and Portugal are all at plus 1,200. And I already talked about really liking Portugal as a long shot. I think they have the talent to do it. Belgium, if they're healthy, I think they can do it. They're just not as deep. But it was surprising to me that it doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, no, it is surprising. There's also a bit, with any of these stats for like the World Cup. Obviously, it's every 4 years, so the data pools, compressed compared to comparing things to regular season leagues and whatnot. So it could always be just a data outlier that really doesn't explain it, but it is very interesting and I think should be taken into account with betting.
Yeah, exactly. So I still want to place a bet on Portugal. I think I'll wait until it gets closer. But I still think it's a good long shot chance.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was interesting. It is kind of a small sample size because it's every 4 years, like you said. But yeah, I thought that was cool.
All right. So real quick, so we got 7 minutes left here. So I'm jumping over to do a similar question to the one I did, but a little bit different. So the list of players who have been able to score 30 goals in at least 2 of those 5 leagues, right? So they've actually...
Wait, so they have to have scored 30 in 2 different leagues?
In at least 2 of those top 5 leagues, right? Okay. So this is going to be a pretty select group of players. I'm wondering if you can name... some of the players on the first list are also on this one, but who else could you name that you think has achieved that instead of the players that we already went through? So there's 1...
Yeah, all right.
2...
The first name that comes to mind is Zlatan.
Well, he was on the other list.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying only people not on this list?
Yeah. So Zlatan's number 1. I mean, he's scored the most.
He's done it in like 8 leagues.
Yeah. Obviously, Ronaldo.
Yeah.
You also have. So we already said
Haaland will be that after this year.
We already said Neymar. We already said Suarez.
Yep.
And we said Salah. So there's what is that? 4 more players.
There's 4 more, you said?
So there's players we haven't named. 1, 2, 3. There's 5. 4, 5.
I really want I don't think this has happened, but I really want Balotelli to be on the list.
No, he's not.
Damn it. Yeah, he's not consistent enough. Did Aguero get 30 last year? I doubt he did.
No, it's not on there. All right, 30 seconds.
What about oh my god, his name has slipped my mind, but I can see his dumb face. Oh my god, the Brazilian forward who plays for Spain. He was on Chelsea, and then he went to Atletico. Yeah, is he on there?
No.
Oh, damn. I can only think of the guys we were just talking about.
Yeah. All right, so I'll start naming them off, and if you think of one, you can go. So Samuel Eto'o.
Oh, nice.
Spain and Italy. Edin Dzeko.
Dude, come on. I should have gotten that.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to get.
Disappointing, dude. Roma.
And fat Ronaldo.
I don't like this fat shaming of Ronaldo. No, can we call him better Ronaldo? Because he was real fucking Ronaldo. Better.
It's just every time I look at a picture up here, that's what they give me. So just...
Okay, let me ask you a sidebar question. Not totality of career, Cristiano Ronaldo is by far better. But at their peak for one game or one season or one tournament, at their peak, who would you rather have?
If I had a good team, if like my team was like 60 to 80% on like the good skill, a 6 or 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
I would want OG Ronaldo.
I like it. Good
if
adjustment.
If my team is not as good, say they're between 40 and 60% on the 100% scale, I want new Ronaldo. I think he can create more on his own from deeper on the field. I think kind of like Haaland, old OG Ronaldo could just feast with like good players around him. He was going to be just unstoppable.
Yeah, if
He
you can
could
get
do
him the
stuff.
ball, if you can get him
He
the
could do
ball.
stuff on his own, obviously, like all good players, but it depends on the team situation.
Yeah.
That's what would drive it.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of a cop-out answer. I'll go with OG Ronaldo.
Cop out on that. All right, the last two, real quick. Aubameyang,
Oh,
Arsenal and Germany,
okay.
and Zidane,
Oh, man.
Real Madrid and Juventus.
That's
So,
awesome.
that's it. All right, we got 2 minutes left.
Yeah, I
Any
got a
last
drink for
plugs?
that. So yeah, 2 minutes. Let's give you your shine because you were top of the league in fantasy this week. I was not bottom, so I don't have to finish my beer, but I will cheers to you for
Cheers.
your 1 week of success.
Drink it up. Yeah, so I finished with a league high 77 points. I had 24 out of my captain, Salah. I had 13 out of my vice captain, Haaland. Another 13 out of Mitrovic. The rest of the team was all right. 7 out of Reece James, 6 out of Ruben Diaz, and the rest were and 6 out of Ramsdale in goal. But
okay. Enough roster baiting.
three players on the team of the week. So I'm sure next week I'm going to hate my team. I'm going to be trading everyone off.
Now, right.
You got to celebrate for 1 week.
All I'll say is I made a rookie mistake and didn't even set my captain and vice captain. So that was a real. You got to shake the rust off. Week 1, not quite warmed up yet.
All right, we're down to our last 20 seconds. So
20
it
seconds.
was good.
All right.
Good
Cheers.
check-in. Cheers. We'll finish our chugging our beers as we go out. See you next week.